Hey, it's me from the future. We're not in the video yet, but I just have a quick announcement that I wanted to share with you guys. I've decided to enable memberships on my channel, which is a thing I've been thinking about for a little while, and I finally decided to just go for it. If you're not familiar with YouTube's membership program, it basically means if you join my member community, you get access to a lot of extra perks. I've only got one tier right now, but hopefully that will change in the future if it seems like this is something people are interested in. My members will get access to almost every video a day early, and also have access to the members only TBR picks. If you become a member of my channel, you will gain the power to force me to read any book at least once a month. I get a lot of comments with people trying to convince me to read different books, and I'm so busy I just don't have time to do it, but I know that it's important to you guys, and it is important to me to be involved with my community and read the books that you guys are recommending. If you hit that join button down below, you'll have access to a members only Google form where you can recommend a book with the option to tell me why you think you'll like it. You don't have to have read the book, it's just something you want me to read. And I guarantee I will read that book within 2 months of you recommending it, and I will shout out the book and you in an upcoming reading vlog. I'm really excited for this because you know I want to diversify the books that I'm reading. So I'm really hoping that you guys join as members and recommend some unique, interesting books that I've never heard of or that I might not normally read. If there are any perks that you don't see in the list right now that you think would be a benefit to us or that you would be really interested in, comment down below. Let me know what you guys want. This is the point. I want to give content that people are actually interested in. So if you want to become a member of my channel, hit the join button. All the details are down there. And yeah, let's go down to the video, which is a TBR video. So it's kind of relevant to this whole members only TBR thing. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I decided to make another video. I have to read so many books this month. Yeah, I haven't done a TBR video in a little while, I will admit. I don't know why I stopped doing them other than the fact that it makes me have to be accountable for what books I'm reading every month, and I've been in a slump for a while up until recently. I've stated this a couple times now that I've been not reading a lot of books this year. I started the year strong and then I went into sort of a mental health spiral and was in a total reading slump and only just recently came out of it due to a medication switch. Get medicated, girlies. It's worth it. And now that I'm sort of getting everything back on track, I realized that August has a lot of bookish commitments. I mean, I've always got bookish commitments every month, but I have been kind of letting them slide, letting them slack a little bit. But in August, I want to do my best to actually accomplish everything that I set out to. And yeah, there are a number of books I really actually do intend to read in August. So this is my TBR video, obviously. I think there are 6 books that I'm going to talk about, which is a lot for me in a month. But there are also the indie books that I mentioned in last week's video, last Sunday's video. Today's gonna be Thursday when this, yeah. So it's 6 individual books plus all of those indie books that I talked about. It's fine, I can do it. A lot of these are gonna be audio anyways. Firstly, I've got my current reads and I'm about a quarter way into each of them. And these ones, there's no commitment really to these other than that I want to read them, but that's an important enough reason, you know? So I'm a quarter way into The Daughter's War by Christopher Buehlman. This is the follow-up prequel. Follow-up prequel? Yeah, sure. To The Black Tongue Thief, which was one of my absolute favorite books of 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, whenever it came out. I always have these very anticipated releases that I buy as soon as they come out, but then they still just sit on my shelf forever and I don't ever get to them. And I was really worried that that's what was going to happen to The Daughter's War. Like I said, The Black Tongue Thief was one of my absolute favorite books. I want to reread it. I think it's incredible. I highly recommend it to everyone. And as far as prequel stories go, The Daughter's War is one that I actually really wanted to read. So now that I'm out of my slump, my little slumpy slump, and I'm reading books again, I decided to pick this up, and thank goodness I did because I'm really loving it so far. Christopher Buehlman has such a unique style to his prose. It is gritty and jarring and heartbreaking and yet so easy to read, so easy to get sucked into, to fall in love with the characters, and to stay engaged in the story. I think that this is going to be an easy one for me to finish in August. It is my priority read right now because I'm reading it for fun and I'm loving it. I've just had it a bit on the back burner because I've been reading R.R. Verdi's books because I was doing the book tour stop that came out on Tuesday. So I obviously had to push those ahead of everything else. So I had to take a little pause on this, which made me sad. But now we can get back into it. I'm also reading a bit of weird fiction. I was in a weird fiction mood and I wanted something just short and palatable, and I might have made a mistake. I'm reading In the House in the Dark of the Woods by Laird Hunt. This is a fairy tale-esque type story. I don't even know if it's fantasy or if it's just extremely weird. I'm not very far into it, and I have no idea what's going on. And I know that's the point. I'm perfectly content with the fact that I have no idea what's going on, but I'm not sure if it's gonna keep me engaged. It's not even 200 pages. It's just barely 200 pages. It's 210 pages or so. So it should be a super, super quick read. I started it when I thought I had time to read it in one sitting, and then I ultimately didn't. So now I've got this started book that I do want to finish, but I'm also just not sure that I'm into it. But it's so short. I just got to try. All I can tell you about it so far is that a colonial American wife has gone missing in the woods, and she's meeting some people, and it's very dark, and she's totally unreliable, and she lost her shoes, and there's maybe wolves. I don't know. Okay? Maybe ghosts? I don't know. It's cool though. I think I will like it. I just need to be in the right headspace, you know? Next, I have the books that I'm reading, again, for fun, but like they are more of a commitment and they mean more to me to finish them. I am working on a video where I'm going to be finishing my first ever series. And not only that, I'm going to be finishing a second ever series. If you've been around here, you know I've never finished a book series in my life. It is the bane of my existence, but it also has become sort of my thing. And I'm a little scared to finish a series because then I'll never be able to say I've never finished a series. And then what will I be? Who am I? But I've had a lot of people request that I do a video where I finish my first ever series. I don't know why. I don't know if it's gonna be like life-changing, but I do want to do it. And I've got 2 series in mind that I'm very excited to finish and I'm very close to finishing. So we'll just talk about them back to back. First, I'm gonna be finishing The Warlord Chronicles by Bernard Cornwell. I'm gonna be reading Excalibur, which is the 3rd book in the series. I adored the first 2. I was so surprised. I am an Arthurian girly, but I was not yet aware that it was time for my historical fiction era to be upon us. But The Winter King is one of my top books of this year, without a doubt. Might even be, well, it's in the top 5 for sure. Enemy of God was also excellent. It wasn't 5 stars for me. It's just got that sophomore slump curse that happens to some books, but I still really loved it. And I hear that Excalibur is pretty good. I will be reading it physically, as I've read the other 2 physically. I have my grandfather's copies where he carved the book numbers into the front, which used to annoy me, but now I think it's kind of sweet. I'm going away a number of times in August, so this is definitely coming with me and getting read, and I will film it and let you know what I think. And then the other series I want to finish, I own physically, but I'm going to be doing the audiobooks because that's how I read The Blade Itself and whatever the second one is called, Before They're Hanged. Very similarly, but actually opposite. The Blade Itself was like 4.5 stars, and Before They're Hanged was 5 stars. So the opposite of The Warlord Chronicles. I've heard very good things about Last Argument of Kings, so I will be listening to the audiobook of this. I was doing a read along with some friends on Instagram, but if you know, I am taking a hiatus from Instagram right now, so I'm not really sure if they just continued on without me, which would be like hella rude of them, but also I get it and I forgive them. I'm gonna finish it though. And speaking of read-alongs, I am co-hosting a Dark Tower read-along. We just started it, so if you want to join, you absolutely still can. We just finished The Gunslinger in July, and August is The Drawing of the Three. Now, I have read The Gunslinger before, not my favorite book. It's nobody's favorite book, okay? And technically, I am halfway through The Drawing of the Three already, but I will be finishing it in August and possibly restarting it because it's been a while since I picked it up. I'm listening to the audiobook because I absolutely love the audiobook, and it was the only way I could get through The Gunslinger. But I already own all of the audiobooks because it is one of Ryan's favorite series, and he only does audiobooks, so I've already got them on audio. I can just read them all whenever I want. So August is The Drawing of the Three. I'm not sure what the pacing is going to exactly be like. We went pretty slow in July, but the books do get thicker and thicker as you go through the series. So we'll see how long it takes everyone to get through The Drawing of the Three. We may pick up the pace a bit because July was slow. If you want to join this read along, as I said, you absolutely still can. Just drop a comment down below or DM me on Instagram or Twitter or email my business email. I don't know. Find me. Get in contact with me. Let me know if you want to join. You can also message my friend Riley on Instagram and he will add you to the Discord server as well. We'd love to have you. I'm so thirsty. Oh, and I haven't mentioned, as much as I hated The Gunslinger, The Drawing of the Three is like a whole different series. I'm really enjoying it so far. So I actually am excited to finish this book and the rest of the series. The last book that I want to read in August is the one that I'm least sure I'm going to get to, but also one that I really want to get to. Yeah, no, it's Oathbringer. Let me hold it up backwards. Oh. Hold on. Oathbringer by Brando Sando. This is the third book in the Stormlight Archive. You know, I don't need to explain it to you. But I am doing my first ever read through of the Stormlight Archive in preparation for the fifth book, Wind and Truth. Of Wind and Truth? No. What's it called? Anyways, that's coming out in December, so I'm trying to finish the 4 current books before December. I read The Way of Kings around Christmas. I read Words of Radiance earlier this year. We're now halfway through the year, so I'm technically behind the schedule that I set out for myself. I gotta read Oathbringer, but this book is so big. I'm scared of big things. I really just put all the heavy hitters in August, which is my birthday month, by the way. Not that that matters, but I just feel like this is a lot of pressure to put on myself when it's literally my birthday and I'm just a girl. I think I can absolutely read 3.5 of these. The Daughter's War, for sure, because I want to, and that's what I'm reading right now as we speak. As I'm filming, I'm reading it. Last Argument of Kings and Excalibur, I'm doing for a vlog that's coming out in August, so that's like an actual commitment. And The Drawing of the Three, I'm already halfway through, so if I don't restart it, that's easy peasy. But that's also a commitment because I'm hosting this read-along, co-hosting. In the House in the Dark in the Woods. That's gonna be like a spur-of-the-moment read. Or if I've just got a couple free hours and I really feel like reading it, sure. And Oathbringer, I don't know. I'm really unsure about Oathbringer for August, but I want to try. It's on the TBR, and everyone sticks to their TBRs. Yeah. Once you make a TBR, that means you're gonna read all the books on it, right? Let me know in the comments if you plan on reading any of these books anytime soon, because I'd love to talk to them about. I'd love to talk to them about you guys. Yeah, I want to talk to the books about you guys. I'd love to talk to you about the books. And just in general, I want to know what you're reading right now, so let me know down below. Wish me luck with this TBR, and I wish you luck with your TBR, journey before destination and all that. Before I go, don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell icon so you know when I upload new videos. I upload 2 days a week. I love you guys. Goodbye. Ow. I tried to stand up and my knee cracked. Ow.